Welcome to 15th of March 2023. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help people create online businesses around their passion, their skill set, their hobby, anything that they enjoy doing and they want to monetize the knowledge and experience they've already got in courses and programs. And I was with it brought back kind of memories of when I was working in the corporate world. I was at a networking event about a week ago here in Australia, and I got talking to this accountant. Actually, he's the finance director in the company. And it just kind of brought back a lot of that thought process that, I kind of talk about a lot now because I spent 25 years in the corporate world, working 40 hours a week for 40 years to at the end of it collect 40% of your salary called a pension, and how things haven't moved on. And the accountant was telling me how it is, they calculate profit and then what they do with the profit. And it's pretty much what you hear, most of the time. So I want to share with you something that I've been doing that's very counterintuitive to that. And it's a book I came across about 3 years ago, really when I was getting motoring on my online business and it was starting to really grow. And I'll share that with you today. It's called Profit First. If you haven't read this book, read it. Get this book and read it. It's just fantastic. And I implemented this, as I like to do a lot. I implement things usually when I read them. And it really is about how to think differently about a business from a financial point of view. So, all right, here, just in a really quick 5 steps, this is what you do. For every piece of revenue you earn, so let's just make it really a simple exercise. I sell an online course, it's $100, let's say. So $100, usually 3% of that gets taken by my online payment platform, which is Stripe. People use PayPal as well, pretty similar. But I'm just keeping this round numbers. Okay, so now I'm left with $97. From that $97 that gets into my bank account, the very first thing I do is take a percentage of profit. So from that. Now, my percentage has varied as I've grown my business, as you can expect. So, but just let's take it, round numbers again. Very first thing I do is take 10%. It's not 10%, but just to keep the maths easy. So from the $97 net that I've got, 10% of that, so that's 9.7. So let's make it $10. $10 goes straight into profit. A bank account that I just have for profit. From that, the next piece that I take is my own salary, again as a percentage, because entrepreneurs, we take risk, so we need to get a reward for it. Most people that run companies, they calculate the revenue, then they deduct all the costs, and then whatever is left is their reward for the risk they take. And this is counterintuitive. This book is counterintuitive to all of that. So after taking your profit, the next thing you take is your own salary, your own compensation, whatever it is you want to call that word. And that is a percentage again that you take. So from that 97, take 10, that's 87. So then from that, you take a percentage of that. Let's take 10% again. So now you're left with 87. So you take 10% from that as your remuneration for taking the risk. The next piece you take from that, so you take that remuneration and you put it into a separate bank account. After that, then you take a percentage again for your taxes, because how many people, when they get to the end of a quarter here in Australia, it's quarterly done, or yearly, whatever it is, monthly, whatever it is, are scrambling to look for funds to be able to take and pay for their taxes. So we take a percentage from that in this book and put that into a third bank account. That's just for your taxes. The fourth and final bank account that you then take is for another profit, but really kind of a savings, more of a savings. So that's a kind of account that you use really when things get desperate, but generally you won't touch it. So you take a percentage of that and you put that into another bank account. Then the final piece that you're left with then becomes your operating expenses. And that's the amount of money you've got left to run your business, rather than kind of the other way around that people do it. And I must say, for me, it's changed my business completely, because it makes you really resourceful with the amount of money that you've got left to run the business. Not, top line, then take all of the gross sales, then to the gross costs, and then look at the net, the overheads, and then down to the net figure. And sometimes we kind of do that and make those calculations without really considering what's in those numbers. And I know for me, when I've got down to that bottom line and I've got a percentage left for my operating expenses of my business, and I find that I don't have enough, then I get really resourceful about where I'm spending my money, looking at every single line item. And it's amazing, particularly with ongoing, because it's very much in vogue today, ongoing subscriptions, like a subscription for maybe a payment system that you might be running, or maybe it's a system that you're using for your accounting system. We don't actually consciously check these often enough. And when you adopt the system of Profit First, it really makes you conscious about where you're spending the money. And I must say that for me, when I adopted this 3 years ago, took profit first, and then took my compensation, then took money, a percentage, and put it into a savings, and took further amount and put it into my tax account. And then the amount of money I was left with to run my business changed everything for me. So if you don't know about this book and you're not adopting the principle, at least read the book. It'll change everything, change the way you think. That's the name of it there. I won't try and pronounce the author, Mike Michalowicz, American, but fantastic book, fantastic principle. Read the book, adopt the principle, implement it. It'll change the way that you think about finances. Thought I'd share that with you today, wherever you are in the world. Have a beautiful day. Remember, if you want to know more about me and my online business, my website is jimmybradbury.com, JIMMI, Bradbury.com. You'll see lots of free content up there, lots of my courses and programs. And you will also be able to see from tomorrow a masterclass that I'm running on the 28th of March, which is about how, if I was starting all over again, in a year I could build $1 million business online, sharing my knowledge and experience. And I'm going to share that roadmap with you on the 28th of March. Tomorrow I'll put a link below in the comments so that people can see it and join and register. Wherever you are on this day, have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.